Hello and welcome back to Anita Scholar Academy. I am Sakshi and this is lesson 10 of our German A1 course. Last week you unlocked the past tense. Today we put it straight to work because the thing people most love to talk about in the past is their holidays. You will learn to buy a train ticket, check into a hotel, talk about the weather, and tell the story of a trip you have taken. Here is today's plan. 6 areas. First, travel vocabulary. Second, the months and the seasons. Third, the weather, which is the single most common small talk topic in Germany. Fourth, buying a train ticket. Fifth, checking into a hotel. And sixth, to special past forms. War and hatte. These break the rule you learned last week, and Germans use them constantly. Let us start packing. Here are the words you need.
Die Reise, der Urlaub, der Koffer, das Gepäck.
Note the difference between those first two. Diaries is the journey itself, the traveling. Der Urlaub is the holiday, the time off work. Germans take their Urlaub very seriously indeed.
Die Fahrkarte, der Flug, der Flughafen, der Bahnhof.
Flughafen is another built word. Flug means flight and Hafen means harbor. A flight harbor is an airport. Once again, the pieces tell you the meaning.
Das Hotel, der Reisepass, das Gleis, die Sehenswürdigkeit.
That last one is a monster, but look inside it. Sehen means to see, würdig means worthy. A seeing worthy thing. Something worth seeing. A tourist attraction. German words are long, but they are never mysterious. Now the months. And you will find these very easy, because they are almost identical to English.
Januar, Februar, März, April. Mai, Juni, Juli, August. September, Oktober, November, Dezember.
Every month is masculine, der Januar, and to say in a month you use I am, exactly as you learned in lesson 5. I am Januar. I am August. And the 4 seasons, which are also all masculine.
Der Frühling, der Sommer, der Herbst, der Winter. Im Frühling, im Sommer, im Herbst, im Winter.
Now the weather. And I am not exaggerating when I say this is the most useful small talk topic in Germany. Germans discuss the weather constantly, and it is always a safe subject.
Die Sonne, der Regen, der Schnee. Der Wind, die Wolke, das Gewitter.
And notice the adjectives beside them. From sonny you get sonnig, sunny. From wind you get windig, windy. From book you get bewölkt, cloudy. Learn the noun and you very nearly get the adjective free. So, the question itself.
Wie ist das Wetter? Die Sonne scheint.
And now something German does very neatly. For rain and snow, there is no separate verb plus adjective. The whole thing is one verb.
Es regnet. Es schneit.
Es regnet. 2 words. Not sist regnen and not sist regnend. Just es regnet. English needs 3 words, German needs 2.
Es ist warm und sonnig. Es ist kalt und windig.
And for temperature, Germany uses Celsius exactly like India. But note the grammar. It is not SIST, it is SIND, because the degrees are plural.
Es sind 25 Grad.
And a practical note. German summers reach perhaps 25 degrees and winters go below zero with snow. If you travel from India, -5 degrees will be a genuine shock. Pack properly. Now, buying a ticket. This is a short, predictable conversation, so if you learn these 6 lines you can do it without any anxiety.
Eine Fahrkarte nach Berlin, bitte.
Use nach with a town or a country. Nach Berlin, nach Indian, nach Horse. And the clerk will almost certainly ask you this.
Einfach oder hin und zurück.
Einfach means simple, so a single. Hin und zurück means there and back, a return. Say it out loud, because you will hear it every single time.
Wann fährt der nächste Zug? Auf welchem Gleis?
And finally, the announcement you never want to hear, but certainly will.
Der Zug hat 10 Minuten Verspätung.
Verspätung means delay. Germans have a reputation for punctuality, but anyone who uses German trains will tell you that this word gets a great deal of use. Now the hotel. Again, a predictable conversation.
Ich habe ein Zimmer reserviert.
And there is your perfect from last week, working in a real situation. Reserviert, with no GE, because it ends in urine. You learned that rule last lesson.
Ein Einzelzimmer, ein Doppelzimmer. Für 3 Nächte, bitte.
Die Nacht, one night. Die Nachte, several nights, with an umlaut in the plural. That is one of the plural patterns from lesson 2.
Ist das Frühstück inklusive?
Always ask this. German hotel breakfasts are generous, with bread, cheese, cold meats, eggs and fruit, but they are often charged separately.
Haben Sie WLAN?
And this is important for your ear. Germans do not say Wi-Fi. They say WLAN, pronounced violin. If you ask for Wi-Fi, many people will not understand you at all.
Wann muss ich auschecken?
Now a small piece of grammar that will make you sound much more natural. Last week I taught you the perfect for the past. But 2 verbs break that habit. For sein and haben, Germans do not usually say ich bin gewesen or ich habe gehabt. They use a shorter, older form. War and hatte.
Ich war, du warst, er war. Wir waren, ihr wart, sie waren. Ich war in Berlin. Es war sehr schön.
Is war is the phrase you will use most when describing a holiday. Is war schon, es war toll, es war langweilig. Learn it well. And now hatte, for had.
Ich hatte, du hattest, er hatte. Wir hatten, ihr hattet, sie hatten. Ich hatte keine Zeit. Wir hatten Glück.
So here is the practical rule. For every other verb, use the perfect from last week. But for was and had, use war and hatte. 2 small words, and your German will immediately sound less like a textbook. And what do you actually do on holiday? Here are 6 activities.
Am Strand liegen, schwimmen, wandern.
Am Strand liegen. And there is our verb liegen from lesson 8, meaning to lie flat. On the beach you lie down, so German uses liegen, not sein.
Die Stadt besichtigen, Fotos machen, Souvenirs kaufen.
And besichtigen begins with B, so remember from last week, its participle takes no G. Ich habe die Stadt besichtigt. Now let us tell the story. This is where last week's perfect and today's war work together, and it is exactly what a postcard looks like.
Viele Grüße aus Berlin.
Use aus with the place you are writing from. And you met real Gruss back in lesson 7, at the end of an email. The same phrase does both jobs.
Wir sind am Montag angekommen.
Sind angekommen. A separable verb, with sein because arriving is movement, and the G tucked into the middle. 3 rules from last week, all in one line.
Das Wetter war fantastisch. Wir haben viel besichtigt. Es hat mir sehr gut gefallen.
And there is gefallen from lesson 7, the verb that works backwards, now in the past. Es hat mir gefallen. It pleased to me. I liked it. Notice the dative mir is still there.
Bis bald. Deine Priya.
Now let us put everything together. Checking into a hotel.
Guten Abend. Ich habe ein Zimmer reserviert. Ihr Name, bitte? Sharma. Für 3 Nächte. Sehr gut. Ein Doppelzimmer im 3. Stock. Ist das Frühstück inklusive? Ja, von 7 bis 10 Uhr. Haben Sie Gepäck? Nur einen Koffer. Wie war das Wetter hier?
And look at that last line. Einen Koffer, because Koffer is masculine and it is an object, so the accusative from lesson 4. And wi war, using today's new form. 6 lessons of grammar, working quietly inside one ordinary sentence. Your homework. 4 tasks. 1. Write a postcard about a trip you have really taken. 8 sentences, using the perfect for what you did and war for how it was. 2. And this is a lovely daily habit. Every day for 1 week, write 1 sentence describing the weather outside your window. 7 days, 7 sentences. It takes 30 seconds and it builds real fluency. 3. Write out war and hate in full, all 6 forms each. Then use each one 5 times in your own sentences. And 4. Practice the ticket conversation out loud, playing both roles. The traveler and the clerk. Doing both sides is what prepares you for the real thing. And that is lesson 10. You can talk about travel, buy a ticket, check into a hotel, discuss the weather, and tell the story of a holiday using the perfect together with war and hate. Only 2 lessons of the A1 course remain, and you can already handle a real trip to Germany from arrival to departure. In lesson 11 we look after your health. The parts of the body, going to the doctor, and saying what hurts. If this helped you, please like and subscribe to Anita Scholar Academy. And in the comments, tell me about your last holiday in 1 sentence. Use war.
Gute Reise und bis bald.